Hey everybody, Josh and John here for Whiskey Wednesday for Argonaut Wine and Liquor. Today, it's finally starting to feel like summer, so we thought we would dive into what's, my summer drink, which is tequila, and especially a kind of, not a new category in tequila, but something that people are really starting to look for now, which is additive-free tequilas. So if you don't know what that means, in Mexico, in tequila, you're allowed to add up to 5% of either sugar or glycerin or different things, caramel coloring, into your tequila without putting it on the label. And, that's been commonplace in Mexico. Many of your biggest favorite brands do it, but now people are starting to look for things, without those additives. So we were gonna highlight a couple of our favorite brands that are all certified additive free. If you wanna check out more tequilas that are certified additive free, check out tequilamatchmaker.com. They have a section just for additive free tequilas. So just scroll through that. It's got some great information, but let's kind of jump in. We've got, tequilas that are all over the board today. First in the glass is Wild Comet. So these guys, the owner is out of Wyoming. So he says it's a partnership between Wyoming and Mexico, obviously produced in Mexico, but this Blanco is awesome. I've had it before. I love it. I know you do too, John. Yes. The nose, we were talking about this a little bit off camera. It's hard to pull a tasting note for it because it's just a pure expression of agave.
Yeah.
It smells like you're out in the tequila fields just sniffing one of the plants, honestly. But, just clean, just pure expression of agave.
You can almost smell the notes of roasting on it too. I don't have a word for that, but you can smell how it's been roasted.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, I love this stuff. To me, it really just tastes like what tequila is supposed to taste like.
Yes.
You get the agave, you get some of the minerality. It is just a fantastic tequila.
I really like this more traditional style, more focused on the plant instead of being something that's easily mixed or easily drank. This is just well meant to be sipped.
Yeah, that's a fantastic tequila. And then, kind of changing gears a little bit. So another kind of popular category in tequila right now are Rosas. So Rosa tequilas are tequilas that are finished or, slightly aged in usually a red wine barrel. And that's what gives them the, little bit of a pink tinge to it. And, that in and of itself is not an additive, right? You're not adding anything to the tequila. You're just using the last little bits of red wine that are in the barrel to kind of give a little flavor to the tequila. So this guy right here is Montagave. So these guys are locally owned. The owner is out of Aspen, and the tequila is great. Again, another one I've had before, but it's a Blanco Rosa. So in Mexico, you are allowed to age Blanco tequilas up to 2 months in barrel and still call them Blancos. Yep. So they do that with a red wine barrel, and that's where you get the little bit of the pink hue to it.
Oh, I love the nose on that. Very sweet.
Sweet, really bright.
Yeah.
You get some, a little bit of like a red fruit, almost like a light strawberry. It's not like a strawberry flavoring, but just like a light strawberry, a little bit of raspberry in there.
That really comes through in the palate as well, at least on the front of the tongue.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's definitely just a little bit of sweetness there. You get a little bit of the tannin from the red wine structure, but it's really just, light red fruits. Not even like a deep raspberry almost into plum, but really like light strawberry almost. Yeah. And that's fantastic. I love that tequila and, locally owned. So supporting a local business and, great job by Montagave. They do an awesome job.
I'm very much a sucker for the local businesses.
Mm-hmm. And then up next, Insolito. So these guys are brand new to us. Again, certified additive free. This is their Reposado. We carry Blanco, Repo, and Añejo from them. And I love the bottles on these guys. They're all, different colors. I believe the Blanco is like a dark blue. The Añejo is like a cool red. So it looks great on a bar cart.
Yes.
It's interesting. You start to get a little bit of the caramels, the vanillas from the barrel, but there's still a good amount of agave in there.
Yeah, the agave is sort of riding right along with that caramel. That's very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Getting a lot of that barrel in there. That's
You do. You get a lot of barrel for a reposado. I mean, it's almost got some of those like what people look for in bourbon and like the Elijah Craig Toasted, some of those like toasty marshmallow notes going on.
Very much.
But it's light, it's delicate, it's not like overly sugary or anything like that. It still tastes very clean. You get the agave shining through, but there are some of those notes on the back end that weren't as present in something like this, which is just like a pure expression of what a Blanco tequila should be.
I think this would be an excellent bridge for all of our bourbon drinkers and whiskey drinkers that are looking to try new tequilas, that want something they can connect with, but also bring something new, because the agave is strong, but the barrel is very strong. Yeah,
absolutely. That's a great point. And then, last but certainly not least, one of my favorite tequilas of all time. This is the El Tesoro Extra Añejo. So El Tesoro, another obviously certified additive-free brand, made at La Alteña Distillery, kind of in the Highlands, like the elevation, I believe. I mean, I went there once. The elevation was like, could have been as close to Denver, like mile high almost.
Wow.
And their agave is all grown on site at their own property. So they're not buying any agave on the open market, so they can really control the quality. I've had several bottles of this at home, but it is fantastic. I'm excited to share this with you guys. Ooh. The nose, you start to get into some of those like dried fruit, almost like raisin-y type of notes. But you can tell that's just been in the barrel a lot longer than something like either of these guys.
Oh, yes. This is another good one that I think bourbon drinkers maybe should approach tequila backwards, come in from the darker side, go down to the Blancos once you start identifying agave properties you like, things of that nature.
Oh. And it's great. I mean, you still get that little bit of like earthy minerality that shines through in a good Blanco. But, it's got much more of the caramel, the sweetness on the back end that, really rounds it out. A little bit of like dried fruit, like I was saying, raisin from the nose still shines through. So, and that's what I really like in good aged tequilas is when you still get the agave. Right. There's not so much barrel characteristic that you're losing the essence of the tequila, and it's just like a different type of bourbon or a different type of whiskey. I really like tequilas where you get its tequila and then it's got some of the barrel characteristic that really brings out, what shines well in a good Blanco.
Exactly.
Yeah. So these are all on the shelf right now at Argonaut. We've got a ton of other, certified additive-free tequilas. So if you want any help finding those, just ask any of our associates, ask John and I. We can help you find those. Now, something I'm sure you guys have been waiting for a while. We're going to do our drawing for this, the opportunity to purchase this bottle of Pappy 20 here. And you'll see the box isn't on the table because we got so many entries that we had to empty it out and create a whole new receptacle for it. So, all right, let's see who we got. We've got Corey Bartkiss. Corey Bartkiss, you've won the opportunity to purchase this bottle of Pappy 20, and we will have this set up for you in about a half hour here. But while we're here, we also want to talk about a cool event we've got coming up on Saturday the 17th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. You guys have heard me talk about it a bunch, the Whiskey Wheel. So the Whiskey Wheel, if you guys haven't done it, first 100 to 200 people or so will get to participate in a tasting of 4 of our rarest whiskeys, 2 from the Buffalo Trace Antique Collection or Pappy Collection, and then 2 others. One of those is going to be the brand new Jack Daniel's 12 year. So that's really exciting. And then everyone who gets in line, not just those first people, will get the opportunity to spin the wheel. And just like this, the wheel will have, different pictures of allocated bottles on it, and whatever you land on, you'll have the opportunity to purchase. And since, we're coming up on it, we want to show you how it works. So we're going to draw somebody live, and whatever this person lands on will get the opportunity to purchase. So go ahead, John, pull us a name.
All right. I'm going to dig deep because I want those early entrants to have a shot. All right, and we have Sergei Aguryamov. And I'm so sorry, I'm really bad with pronunciation, but Sergei Aguryamov.
Aguryamov, it looks like.
There we go.
So Sergei, this is your spin. So whatever you land on, you'll have the opportunity to purchase. is that? Is that Elijah Craig? Oh, barrel proof. So Elijah Craig barrel proof, that's our single barrel, the latest 8-year. We reviewed it a couple weeks ago on Whiskey Wednesday. It was fantastic.
Yes.
That was like one of the best Elijah Craig barrels we've done in a while. So Sergey, your name is going back in because you get to, when we pull you live on Whiskey Wednesday, we'll put you back in the drawings. We'll announce next week what our drawing for June is going to be. But until then, come on down and give them a shot. We'll see you guys all at the Whiskey Wheel. Cheers.
Cheers.